Is this thing on? Okay. What's going on, everyone? My name is Sam Okanola, and I believe we are back. And what I mean by we are back, I know the last video I mentioned that I'm going to be putting out a lot more video on a consistent basis due to some of the requests that I've gotten from a lot of people, especially people that are in content prep. They can relate to some of my journey currently right now. In case you don't know, I am currently in content prep. I started my prep in November last year, and we are going to be going strong till, drum roll, November of this year. So if you're not familiar with who I am, I've been competing for quite some time now, and I typically don't do the one and done contest prep type of year. My philosophy on that is you've already stayed in shape for this long, so might as well get the most out of it, which is to compete and push myself. And the top of the food chain is always as a natural bodybuilder is to compete at the WNBF World and win the WNBF Worlds Championships. So that's the goal for that's the main goal for the rest of the year. Obviously, we have other smaller shows. I mean, not small shows, a lot of shows throughout the year that we're going to be going through. But yeah, so stay tuned. Thank you for you guys that have been tracking along with the journey. A lot of you guys might have joined from, follow me on Instagram, and that's how you figure out I have YouTube. Or maybe some of you might just, stumble up on my video on YouTube. Either way, I appreciate your positive input and negative input. It's all input. It's it's all on me to use that sort of information or that stream however I please, hopefully for something positive. Anyways, so the last video I did, I talked about the natty verified situation, just because a lot of people have been asking about how I feel about that. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you give that a look. But one of the most things, background real quick, I've been competing for roughly 10 years now, and I think I've made quite some improvement. Is anything like drastically? No, like in terms of scale, how much weight I put on, not much. 5 pounds in the last 10 years or so. But the quality of muscle is different, but that's not the point. The point of this video, actually you guys might have seen, I'm gonna get to. But before I get to that, I'm gonna give you a backstory of what led to the point of that, to the title of this video. As we have something called social media, a lot of people see a guy who's shredded, who's got some muscle maturity or whatever to him, or a decent amount of sets of abs, and automatically is an authority on what to do and how to make gains. So in comes a lot of questions that a lot of people, newbies first, especially going to be asking, hey bro, how can I make these gains? That might not be the best route to do, just because you don't know that person's story, you don't know what it would have started, would have done. But at least you're asking the right question, or maybe some of you are asking the right questions. So the question that I've been getting a lot of is, you've been doing this for a while. If I'm a newbie, I've been training for a year or so. How can I grow this muscle? How can I get bigger? How can I improve this, improve that? And I can go back and forth and tell this certain person or people that the best thing for you to do is to progressively overload over time. Think about performance in the gym, not instead of how you look in the mirror. Make sure you're not eating a caloric surplus instead of a deficit all the time, trying to get shredded every year, because you're trying to stay within relevance with some of your high school, college buddies, because they're all leaning out for the summer, but you are in it because you are in for the long haul. So I just kept thinking, there's got to be a better way for me to answer this question. And what I keep going back to is how I started, when I first started. When I first started, give you a background, I was a college student. I was in the military for 6 years. I was the same guy, maybe like you, so if you guys are now, not reading magazines anymore, because we have something called, internet, mobile phones, social media. Information is a lot more accessible than what it was maybe 10, 11 years ago when I started. So yes, I might have dated myself just then, but it's okay. Age is nothing but a number. But one thing I realized in this, this long period of time, One, I started in college. I was never doing it for the gram. I was never doing it for the YouTube. Granted, my training partner at the time, Ryan Doris, had a YouTube channel that would typically just vlog, not for views. It's just, just to document stuff, which you guys can still check out too. Training videos back in college, recreation center, just going after it, not for any sort of accolades, not for any sort of likes or views. It was just because we truly loved it. And there are times when we didn't feel like going to the gym, but we just showed up because, again, we're all trying to improve. It's all about continuous improvement. The Kaizen theory, look that up if you don't know what that is. So it's continuous improvement. And I'm gonna digress a little bit. I hope you follow along with this story. This is not scripted. I'm just going from here and just pouring it down. One thing, speaking of Doris, I made an Instagram post the other day. An Instagram post essentially talking about a guy came up to Doris and like, hey bro, wow, the way you work out just motivates me. Like, how do you do that? And naturally, Ryan Doris, being Ryan Doris, in case you don't know who he is, look him up. His perfect response, which blew my mind. A response to that was, you telling me you are motivated by me, by my action. It's like me saying, wow, bro, I really love the way you brush your teeth. And I'm like, whoa. Yes, to a lot of people, when you see that, when you hear that, you're like, wow, what a cocky dude. Like, well, wow, the guy was just trying to, give kind words. But if you actually think about it for a second, I think he could have accepted that, oh wow, thank you bro. But when you actually flip that and turn that into, like, think what I've done over and over again on a consistent basis, day in, day out, has led me to this point to give me the kind of result of the physique that I have right now that you are now being motivated by. So, to the point of this video, discipline over motivation. We live in a period of time that it's easily maybe the best time to get motivated to do something. You want to start your own business, you want to become a professional at something, you get a little clip here and there, you get all jazzed up and fired up, and just for you to fade out 2-3 days from now. I call that the Monday smoke. When you come in on Monday, you're so fired up, you want to start your diet on Monday, and just for you to fizzle out when Tuesday comes around or Wednesday comes around. But instead of you getting motivated, nothing wrong with motivation, but instead of you getting motivated, think of small, simple steps. Meaning, okay, let me start with showing up in the gym today, 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, and just repeat that over time, and that leads and give you the time to accumulate over years, over the long period of time, to actually be like, okay, you know what? Well, I get the hang of it. I love this part of my routine. So you can see how Ryan just like nonchalantly just like, oh, for real? Like, this is what you're impressed by? Like, this is natural to me. This is what I do, like, without even thinking about it, because it's something that I've done over time in a small, simple action that put me in this situation to just casually just go to work out and love it, and okay, program my shit right in the right, progressively overloaded, and which equates to the result that he has gained today. So the point of the video, again, which something great about fitness also, that can translate to anything in life. Yes, on Instagram we push fitness, this, fitness, that. So yes, I am in the fitness industry. Of course, I'm going to speak a lot. I'm going to draw a lot of reference from a lot of fitness-esque topics to relay that to any sort of life topic. You can always draw parallel from any fitness-related stuff into any parts of your life. Gains doesn't come overnight, just like you don't become rich overnight. Something you have to work day in, day out to get to. And the reality is sometimes you might not get there, but at least you're not going to have the regret of not knowing, oh wow, what could have, should have, would have happened. But at least you tried, and you cannot have that regret because you tried. But circle back to the main point. Discipline yourself to do the smaller things day in, day out, even when you don't feel like doing it, even when it's not impressive. Even when you have a structured program, when you go in week 1, week 2, you can go balls to the wall, but you know what? You are disciplined enough to, I'm going to stick with the program and adhere and understand it's a long-term progress, not how much can I bench tomorrow. It's how much can I bench, or how much progression can I make, how much progress can I make in about a year from now, in about 2 years from now. I program for a lot of clients, and it's like, well, bro, I don't know, this week feel great. I just feel like I'm not giving my all. I'm like, that is not the point. When you write a program for somebody, a lot of times it's all about the introduction period. You prime yourself so you can get to that peak, top of the mountain, and give it all your best, and you come back down. To stick with that process and the plan, when you know you can give 120%, you can go all out. That's what's called discipline. You have to discipline yourself enough to do the small things to equate to the bigger picture. You can be motivated, like, oh, I watch a video right now, I'm just gonna some dude for crushing 600 pounds and fucking deadlift or squats, and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna test it out, and that you send yourself back and you have to restart again and keep restarting again. You can draw that parallel to anything, a lot of things you do in life. Don't fall for the smoke. Don't fall for the quick hype. Don't fall for the quick motivation you get from some guy just talking about how much money he makes or how many cars he's driven. You get fired up. But be disciplined enough to, like, what process took you to get here? How did you get here? Or instead of what can I do to get here faster? A lot of people will not say that in that word, but in a way they are kind of insinuating that's what they're looking for. But yeah, I just thought this might be, again, I need to practice what I preach. I need to have the discipline to, because I made a commitment to myself, I'm going to be putting at least one video out a week. And I need to be disciplined in my way of, okay, I'm not going to expect, thousands of views on this video, so I keep pushing one video every month. Or again, I'm not trying to force this video out here, because I do have a lot to say, in case you haven't noticed. But just to make myself disciplined, if I'm going to put a constant sort of positive content that can hopefully help you out in your lifestyle, in your work life, fitness journey, and you can actually learn something from it. So that is the goal. That is the overall goal. That's the overall impact I want to have on people, and to teach them discipline, how to do small things correctly over time, not just one giant thing at once, because that can fade out pretty soon. Anyways, that's my spiel. Again, practice discipline over motivation. There's nothing wrong with being motivated. Grab that motivation and turn that into action. And hopefully this short introduction video has helped out. And the next video I'm going to be making is going to be talking a little bit more about contest prep stuff. And if you have any questions, drop a comment below, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one.